Hajimemashite, guys. So I'm not wearing makeup today. I think my face is broken out into a little bit of a rash. I have allergies. I cannot wear makeup. I can only wear like eyeliner and eyeshadow due to horrible, horrible rashes. It's been like that my whole life, just to let you know. So all that makeup stuff that people do, I cannot do makeup tutorials. So my solution is to always do educational stuff, because then I don't have to worry about wearing a ton of makeup and then showing off whatever destroys my skin. I'm more of a naturalist. I definitely am. I can't wear nails because I play piano. I'm just talking about all the things everybody else is doing online in social media and the things I'm not able to do and why I do what I do. I'm still building up this painting. It's happening. Baby steps there, but you guys are getting a chance to see what I'm doing. I suppose this would be considered my studio space. Okay, and I took some photographs yesterday just for my Facebook for the performance bonus of quote-unquote stylized version of Burning Man look. So I've kind of just like, I've been dabbling with stuff, and I did have a little bit of makeup, but I don't want to do anything right now. So I'm just gonna leave my hair, my makeup a little empty, if you don't mind. I don't always have to look perfect. It is a Sunday after all. So today I'm just gonna look into, oh, there you go, that's a better view. So you can see the car. It's still, the wheel still needs to be worked on, but that's the starting point. So I always carry this, I've had this for a while, and this song, Asia, has been happening for a long time. And we're talking about vocals and songwriting. So I think I had a video at the beginning of my first experience starting the YouTube channel talking about how to create melodies. So I'll link that later on in this video for you guys to see. And I always have this, it's like a notepad, but every time I have a concept or an idea or a poem or something that's triggering my mind to a track or a composition, I write the words down. Whether or not it matters what it means or how it's going to work, it will eventually fit into the piece that you're doing. And there are a few ways to do it. I did bring up, and I think I have this at the beginning. This is my handwriting. It's so, I type for a reason. I prefer using the computer and typing. That's because my handwriting's bad. It's not great. Intro, verse, chorus, bridge, and then you got the verse, pre-chorus, chorus, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, okay, and then verse, and bridge. So there are a couple of ways to write lyrics. And going into, and I actually got AI to help me with the Japanese translation of Asia. So I'm trying to, at the moment, this is it, but I'm trying to find a way to put the parts in before I start. It's a process, guys. I'm not going to be singing it right now. In fact, I'm giving my voice a rest. You know, you have to also remember and put in consideration when you're composing a piece, you have to make sure that the key signature, I think I've spoken about this before, is the key signature needs to be in the vocal range where your voice is. And I've spoken about where to find your vocal range and what fits you. If it's too high or too low and it hurts your voice, that is not the right range for you. That's simple as that. And my voice is trained, but not trained as a professional pop singer. I've never claimed to be, like I said before, and I'm not going to be a pop singer. That has never been my plan. I've been taught in choirs. I was a choir singer. I was a choir student for choirs. I played jazz piano for the jazz choir. I've done two different variations of this. I've either done the piano parts for the bands, for the school bands, or I've been in the choir with the rest of the group. I'm never the lead singer. It's never been what I wanted to do. It's always been I've been a bit of an independent singer, independent person when it comes down to singing. So I'm not, and I've trained singers, I've trained musicians. So while the sun begins to shine, begins to rise while the sun begins to shine, and the day becomes clear. Okay? Don't be long, don't be long. Don't be long, the day will pass you by before it's dawn. Don't be long before the day is gone. And then people walk in a business. Maybe not walking, but walk. See, you can always change the words. People walk in a busy manner while the streets begin. People walk in a busy manner while the streets begin to crowd. And then, I don't know, I probably have a part of the hair. So yeah. Day. I think after I do it in English, then I'll translate it in Japanese. So that's the English part. And then I don't know if I want to do the kagayaku, tiki ni, nagaku wa naiya, nagaku wa naite, ha hiki ga suki satakeku. See, so I need to practice these parts. Yayoki no maine. So there's a whole bunch of Japanese I need to go into, and the whole part of this is to show you guys there really are steps to actually making a composition. You don't go into a recording studio and just give the person, here, this is what I want to do. They have to work with you and come up with developmental ideas and concepts. It really isn't just snap your fingers and voila, it happens. Usually most of the time it's teamwork. You probably have a bunch of people sitting there analyzing this with you and trying to figure out what's best for your voice and where to place it. Okay, so let's go into this again. So let's see where, in the Japanese, I have to tell you, my Japanese is so rough. It's rusty. And it's sort of like a love song, right? It's about nature, but it's also a bit of a love song. I might take this out. Yeah. It's not out. I just lowered the Chinese guitar. It's just there in the background. That's what it should be. While the sun begins to shine and the day becomes clear. And the day becomes clear. There's the bridge. Well, the bridge into the next part. That's the pre-chord. Okay. You could probably sing over this. Sun begins to shine. I might change those words, I'm not sure yet. So at the end, I think I want to add the Japanese, but I can break it up. I really don't think. So this is where I am right now, is we're getting closer to finishing up the actual track and completing like the parts. And then you have, I need to figure out where I'm going to put the Japanese, if I'm going to have it all in like one section, or if I'm going to split up the English and the Japanese into different verses and choruses. Yeah, that's where I am right now, and it's still taking time. I don't think, you know, if you're bilingual, like I used to be bilingual, I'm no longer bilingual. I have to kind of identify how to do this. I still have a bit of the Nihongo accent, which is the plan, right? I want to incorporate the Japanese because that's part of my lifestyle, where I need to feel comfortable to lay down the vocals. So I have to practice this. And it takes me it might even take me a week or so to get this right. So bear with me, folks, while I'm doing this. But just to show you guys that, you know, vocals don't come overnight. Melodies don't come overnight. I do recommend getting notation paper. Notation paper looks like this. And if you read or write music, and I've given you guys like the theory behind how to read and write, if you need to write down the notes, write down the notes. Understand the theory to understand what notes you're playing, right? That's important. And basically go in and revise everything that you have. I don't see playing or singing music as, it's fun, but a lot of the times you do need to get the education behind it. Not just vocally, but if you're going to write music, you have to understand the theory. Some people say, oh, you don't need the theory, and you can just like use the DAWs to help you. But I really think that honing in on those skills of music theory are so vital. And I'll also send over the music theory videos that I've done too. I'm going to keep it short today. Once again, I'm not wearing makeup because my skin broke out a little bit, and I'm a little concerned about wearing anything on my face right now, so I'm giving my face a rest. I might even just grow my hair out for a few moments. We'll see. It feels fine today, but the weather's changing, and every time the weather changes, my face breaks out. Okay, folks, so that's generally it. So I now have to add in the Japanese part, the Nihongo, because I've always wanted to do this song with some Japanese. It needs to fit in the right places next, right? So it's all here, and I think it's important to have, you know, carry a folder or a diary and walk around, and if you're going to do some lyrics, write down the lyrics. I mean, the phone is great, but sometimes the traditional way of writing things down becomes more creative too. You can draw and doodle ideas too, which is nice. And once again, my old CD, I think I did have the track on here before. We don't use CDs anymore. Everything's all digital, so this is like vintage, I guess. Okay, and arigatou gozaimashita, and thank you again, and I will be back for another one in the next couple of days, 2 days or so, and speak to you guys soon. Have a good rest of the Sunday, and I will chat to you guys soon.